Everyone tells you that becoming a millionaire is all about the hustle, right? 18-hour days, grinding until you burn out, sacrificing absolutely everything. But what if I told you that's a complete lie? A lie designed to keep you trapped. Forget the hustle. Today, we're talking about a blueprint. Okay, so let's really get into this. What if the entire path to creating serious wealth wasn't a game of effort, but just a simple, solvable equation? You see, the reason most people fail isn't that they don't work hard enough. It's because they're solving the wrong equation entirely. Take a look at this. This right here, it exposes the fundamental flaw in most businesses. To make 100 grand, sure, you could try to find 200 people to give you 500 bucks, or you could find just 10 people to pay you 10,000. It's the same outcome, but a radically different amount of work, marketing, and stress. This is the simple math that changes everything. So that brings us to the very first pillar of the system, the high-ticket engine. And look, this isn't just some sales tactic. Think of it as the foundational operating system for creating wealth fast. Understanding this is your first step to getting off that treadmill that traps so many talented people. And this is that trap in action. We call it the six-figure hamster wheel. You're constantly chasing new leads just to make these small sales, which forces you to serve an ever-growing, overwhelming number of clients. You inevitably run out of time, and the only solution feels like you have to go back to step one and just hustle harder. It is a cycle that is literally designed for burnout, not for scale. So here's the most important thing to get. If you're feeling exhausted and stuck, it is not a personal failure. Your hard work is totally valid, but it's being poured into a broken machine. The model itself is the problem. Once you really accept that, you can finally swap it out for a model that's actually built for leverage. The high-ticket model works so well because it taps into a really core driver of human psychology, the scarcity principle. I mean, think about it. When something is exclusive, limited, or just not available to everybody, its perceived value just skyrockets. High-ticket offers aren't for everyone, and that's precisely why they can command such premium prices. You're not just selling a service, you're selling a scarce opportunity. And this quote just perfectly captures the feeling you want to create. Your offer isn't something that's going to be around forever. It's a sunrise. And that creates this natural sense of urgency that makes the whole process less about convincing and more about finding the right people who are ready. So let's bring it all home. Forget finding hundreds of customers. I want you to burn this number into your mind. 10. Just 10 clients, 10 relationships, 10 incredible results. That's it. This makes the goal feel so much more achievable, and it focuses all your energy on delivering massive value to a select few instead of mediocre value to the masses. Okay, so you've got the engine. That's your high-ticket model, but an engine is totally useless without fuel, right? Well, pillar 2 is the AI automation fuel, and this is how you pour jet fuel on the fire and scale your client acquisition to a level that was literally impossible just a couple of years ago. Now, we're not talking about simple automation here. We're talking about an AI agentic system. This is a really crucial distinction. These aren't just tools that help you out. They are autonomous agents that work for you. They operate 24/7, researching your ideal clients, writing hyper-personalized messages, following up across different channels. It's like having a team of A-plus salespeople who never, ever sleep. And hey, this isn't just theory. This is the exact tech stack that's powering the most advanced outreach systems on the planet right now. You start with a tool like Clay to find and enrich data on your perfect clients. Then you use something like 6sense to see which of those companies are actively looking for solutions right now. You manage the whole sequence with Apollo, and then you use the ChatGPT API to write messages that are so personal, they feel 100% human. This is the new machinery of client acquisition. And the result? A massive drop in how much it costs you to get a qualified lead. The data is pretty clear. Businesses using these AI-powered systems can cut their cost per lead by 50%, sometimes even more. And why is that? It's because you're eliminating all the waste. You're not guessing anymore. You're only talking to the right people at the right time with exactly the right message. So the workflow itself is a super clear, systematic blueprint. First, you use AI to analyze your best customers and define a hyper-specific ideal customer profile. Second, you layer on that intent data to find out who's ready to buy now. Third, you build out the outreach engine with the tools we just talked about. And fourth, you automate the entire qualification process. See? It's a system, not a gamble. Okay, so let's put the first piece of the blueprint in place. You now have the business model that actually works, the high-ticket engine. It's built for profit and leverage, not for that burnout hamster wheel we saw earlier. And now you have the scaling mechanism to power that engine, the AI automation fuel. This is what finds and qualifies your ideal clients for you 24/7 without you having to lift a finger. The two core pillars, they're in place. But here's the thing. Having the best engine and the best fuel in the world doesn't matter one bit if you can't actually connect them. There's a critical bridge between knowing the strategy and executing it flawlessly. And that bridge, that missing connection between the strategy and the execution, that's what we call the core execution secret. It's the practical, hands-on guide that makes the engine and the fuel work together like magic. There's this really interesting psychological principle at play here called an open loop. When a story is left unfinished, our brains just crave closure. We feel this tension that can only be resolved by getting the answer. We've talked about the what of this system, but we haven't yet closed the loop on the detailed how. So, to be crystal clear, the core execution secret isn't some third magical pillar. It's the tactical masterclass for actually implementing the first two. It is the detailed method for blending the sales psychology we talked about with the AI logic to build that unstoppable machine. It's the specific prompts, the exact scripts. It's the bridge between the technology and the money. And we want to give you that entire implementation guide. We've actually recorded a full, in-depth masterclass that walks through the core execution secret, step by step. But we're doing something really special with it. We're releasing it exclusively to the founding members of this community. So here is our commitment to you for being here at the very beginning. As soon as this channel hits its first 1,000 subscribers, we are going to release that full masterclass to everyone in this community, completely free, as a massive thank you. So subscribing doesn't just get you more explainers like this one. It actually helps unlock the detailed tactical playbook for the very blueprint we've outlined today. So look, the strategic blueprint is on the table. The engine is on your left, the fuel's on your right. You have the complete what and the why. The only question is, will you be here when we release the masterclass on the how? The choice is yours. Subscribe now, and let's complete this puzzle together.